Thank you for watching my video on the regressive right, Ted Nugent. Right off the bat, I'd like to tell you that this is going to be a very funny video. Ted Nugent is a real clown. He's a pedophile, a racist, and a chickenhawk. He's a hypocrite of the highest order. Well, to begin with, I would like to thank a couple of guys. I would like to thank Kevin Logan for mirroring and hosting my video on social justice. It was pretty fun to play devil's advocate, and argue for something that was unpopular. I also like to thank Agent of Doubt. He's a good guy. He had a response video to my video, and it was fair. It was some good criticism. I know those two guys don't get along all that well, but I like both the guys. There's some really good things about them. And, they're recommending people to come to my channel, so I am so cool with that. Alright, so let's get to Ted Nugent here. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. Okay, here's the first one, showing he's a racist. There's a lot of white people in this crowd. I like that. This is a white town. Here he is, Ted Nugent. Obama is a subhuman mongrel. Now that is pretty amazing because, our racism today isn't so much biological. We use cultural metaphors and political metaphors. The most unpopular form of racism today is to say that, black people are biologically inferior to white people. The late Republican strategist Lee Atwater talked about this. And I'm going to use the N-word in this. I don't normally say it, but I'm just quoting someone, so I'm going to. Lee Atwater in 1981, he was on his deathbed when he said this. Started out in 1964 by saying nigger, nigger, nigger. By 1968, you can't say nigger. That hurts you, backfires. So you say stuff like forced busing, states' rights, and all that stuff. And you're getting so abstract. Now you're talking about cutting taxes. And all these things you're talking about are totally economic things. And a byproduct of them is blacks get hurt worse than whites. We want to cut this. It's much more abstract than even the busing thing. And a hell of a lot more abstract than nigger, nigger. Yeah. So as you can see, racism today is coded in political and cultural metaphors. And I hear people say, yeah, all these thugs in the hood, they have all these kids and they don't take care of them, they're on welfare. And you say, I think you're kind of racist. Like, well, there's white thugs, I'm not racist. I know who you were talking about. Yeah, Ted Nugent is one of these people. I was in the grocery store yesterday, and I saw Bible cereal. He's one of those people who would buy Bible cereal. I remember my mom was very religious. She bought me Bible video games for the Nintendo. Part of that culture. Here's a Facebook post Ted Nugent made. Our unholy, rotten, soulless criminal America destroying government killed 4 Americans in Benghazi. Period. What sort of chimp-ass punk would deny security, turn down 61 requests for security, then tell U.S. forces to stand down when they're ready to kick ass on the Olympics and save Americans' lives? Obama and Clinton, that's who. They should be tried for treason and hung. Our entire effed-up government must be cleansed ASAP. Boy. Wow. Obama should be tried for treason and hung. Yes, he's outraged that Hillary... 4 Americans died in Benghazi, which it's up for debate, what that was all about. But yeah, he's outraged about 4 Americans dying in Benghazi, but he was completely silent when Bush lied about the war in Iraq and had, 6,000 of our troops killed. 9/11, Bush's security failures possibly cost the lives of nearly 3,000 people. But yeah, it's, that's okay, but Hillary, 4 people. Yeah, and this is funny. Gay choice is legitimate rape. Makes sense to me, right? This is really funny. I was watching this video by this clown who calls himself Eagle Eye 1975, who, by the way, made a response video to my video on cultural Marxism. And he said all these nasty things about me. He said I looked like I lived in my parents' basement, which, that insult has never been used before. That's very original. Right? Well, I gotta give him points because no one's ever said that about me. But I made a video too, response to it, where I said he looked like an inbred pedophile who was beat by the ugly stick every day of his life. But I took it down because it was just too brutal, But in the video by Eagle Eye, he says that he talks about how being gay is a choice and it's basically it's a social construct. And Ted Nugent has that same idea. And it's funny because you talk to these people about the wage gap or how gender, and is socially constructed and sex is biological, and they accuse you of being complete constructionists and, ignoring biology. And these people will say, they're biological determinists. Yeah, women are the way they are because of hormones, and it's none of it's social construction. But when it comes to being gay, it's all social construction. In the video, he said lesbians are all angry at men, and that's why they become lesbians. Maybe a small bit of them are. It's hard to say, but yeah, hypocrisy of the highest order, right? Legitimate rape. Here's another one. If you are too mentally ill to fight for your country during the Vietnam War, you're too mentally ill to own over 200 guns. Yeah. Ted Nugent, right? In the 1977 interview at High Times magazine, he said that he got his draft notice that he was supposed to serve in Vietnam. And instead of getting ready to go to Vietnam, what he did was he didn't shower for over a month. The last couple of days, he literally shit his pants. He peed himself to act crazy so he could dodge the draft. Yes, and this is a guy who loves guns, wants everyone else to go to war. He's a Chickenhawk. So many people who talk about going to war and how great war is and stuff like that, and people who are most gung-ho about it are usually the people who have never been in war. If you want to see someone who's measured about going to war, look at a veteran, even like John McCain. He's more measured and serious about it. And I disagree with John McCain on a lot of things, but I do respect the fact that he's a veteran. And I get a kick out of this one. Hell yes, I shit my pants to avoid the draft. God bless America. Right? And, I threw this one in because this is funny. They say, Obama's a weak leader, and he's a dictator to his own people. And it's funny, this little Republican elephant in the middle saying their anger is fading over this one. Let's switch back to that one. And that's funny. The narrative keeps switching back and forth, He can't be both. Dictators are strong leaders. Strong leaders aren't necessarily a good thing. And this is funny. This kind of summarizes this meme right here. Stars of the GOP, Ted Nugent, cheated on his wives. True. Had sex with minors, 12 and 17-year-olds. Probably true. Had 3 kids out of wedlock by 3 different women. One source says it's like 7 kids, or 9 kids from 7 different women. Vietnam draft dodger. Refused to pay child support. True. All of that pretty much is true, right? This guy is a scumbag. His daughters were complaining when they were like 17 that they're creeped out that he brought home girls that were younger than them. He has a song called Jailbait where he sings about having sex with a 12-year-old. I mean, talk about disgusting. He's a literal pedophile. And he's one of the guys who say, oh yeah, family values. I believe in family values. And then he cheated on all his wives. He got this one woman pregnant and refused to pay child support. Responsibility. He's just, he's a brutal, redneck, racist pedophile who, he's full of it. And he has tens of thousands of followers on Facebook. It's really funny. Here's a quote by a veteran who, I'm not going to read the whole thing. I guess his name's Dan Russell. He got blocked by Ted Nugent after posting this. He said, Ted exists in an echo chamber. He will never engage in debate with a liberal despite the many answers to his challenge. I'm a proud veteran of the U.S. Army Airborne Infantry, and I, along with thousands of other veterans, yes, 10,000s, am appalled that you being presented with battle flags. He was presented with a battle flag? You may call us subhuman mongrels, Ted, but we've done something that you did not. We served our country. We fought, bled, sacrificed, and carried our brothers and sisters home in caskets while you rocked your balls off. Screwed around with all sorts of women and made decent music. Yeah, I guess I could read more paragraph. Yeah, it's just, I don't know what to say. I write these satire letters to my local paper, right? Which has a circulation of like 25, 30,000 people. It's called the Sun Gazette. And I write these satire letters. Like I had a friend who was Republican. I have a lot of Republican friends. They're good people most of the time. They're just a little bit misguided. And they're not mentally ill or anything like that. Like Michael Savage calls liberals mentally ill. And I'll never say that about Republicans in general. But he said, yeah, we should get Sarah Palin and Ted Nugent to run at the same time, right? President and vice president. I wrote this letter to my paper saying, yeah, the world would take us serious again if we had Sarah Palin and Ted Nugent as president and vice president. And that's so absurd. I write into this paper under these fake names like Paul Goldsmith just for a joke, to see how people respond. It's actually hilarious. Maybe I'll do a video on it someday. Yeah, but here's the final one. Buys guns to feel tough. Shits pants to avoid using them for real. Pretty much summarizes all, Ted. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Comment below by all means. Watch my other videos. I'm building a really neat little community where there's some really cool people who are tuning in. And I'm really enjoying this. So, yeah. I'm looking forward to how people like maybe Agent of Doubt or Kevin Logan, will respond to this. And every one of my comments. So many great people. I only mentioned them two guys because, they're the ones responding in videos. And these videos are neat. I thought about not making these videos. I thought to myself that, people could get this information via internet, Facebook, images, articles. But the truth is that there's a power in video. There's something different about video that you can deliver a message. Just like Marshall McLuhan said, it's not the message, it's the medium. It's the medium of video that, works some kind of magic that you just can't have in other areas. And sorry about changing the name of my channel so much. I was calling myself Social Justice Punk. Changed my name back to my real name. Now I'm finally, this will be the very last one. I thought about changing my name to Unpopular Opinion or Unpopular Opinions. But I don't know if I'll do that yet. I'm not really sure. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good day.